Blended points are much more dynamic. The primary and secondary points are static in relation to the opponent's body. Blended points are very dynamic because they are points where our blended structure is vulnerable. So once we connect and connect somehow and blend, to steal the term from Aikido, then we have our structure that we combine, or that we make when we combine, has points where it's weak. If I move him towards one of those points, then he goes off balance, but now that point is shifted. I'm no longer vulnerable on that point. Our structure is no longer vulnerable on that point. There are new points that open up though. Okay? So illustrating the blended points is really, really difficult because as soon as one of us moves or shifts, those points shift. But one method that does illustrate it is what in Shin Chuan we call a C-throw. So he punches, and I'm going to step in, I want to step across, and my left hand is driving. This isn't an armbar. I might get an armbar against my chest, but I'm not really looking for the armbar. I'm looking for the balance disruption. And I'm going to step deep and drive him towards his secondary point on the far side of his body here. Okay? And he steps with it. That's fine because I couldn't weight that leg first. But I've got him going towards that secondary point. And he's off balance a little bit. In Silat terms, at this point he is set. Okay? His upper base is dislocated from his lower base a little bit. And then I'm going to continue and I'm going to draw a C in the air with my left hand, left finger. So it starts from here, arcs up and around. So I go 1, 2, 3, and that's the C. And then as I do that, I want to continue driving through him and continue him on that arc. So here, okay? And that's the C throw. Now I'll tie it to the blended points. Because what's actually happening is I disrupt his structure a little bit to take him to the secondary point. Then as I continue, I bring him to a blended point. Now, at this point, he's starting to fall. But as he falls, that blended point will shift because the structure is shifting. So as he starts to go down, I just continue pointing to a blended point. The blended point shifts, so I follow it until he hits the floor. Or stumbles away. On this one, it's 90% that they fall. In my experience with training with it.